Hello everybody, welcome. My name is JJA. I'm reporting for JJA Sport Studio and it is WrestleMania week. And I'll be honest, we're doing this now for the third year in a row and slowly becomes a tradition. But the thing is, um, and for who's new, I'll explain what's going on. We're going to do every day till the last day of WrestleMania, so until Sunday, we are going to do some sort of podcast talking about the latest news, what's going on, etc., etc., and also giving our opinions and things that's going around WrestleMania. And I got my line staggered. New to this year, we got you can win a prize at listening to this podcast, and that's very easy. JJA Sport Studio is launching on the 2nd of April a paid membership system where you can get extra content. We're going, beside the sports news, going in more to depth things, discussing things, um, more in depth news also. You can play online games. If you have questions about a matter that we've published, you can directly ask our journalists. Um, we're also you'll be able to comment on our news articles on our website, and a lot more features, and in near future to come features. So that's going to be great. Now, how can you win? What can you win with this? We're going to give a year free membership because this membership costs €1 per month and still not much. But we're going to give you a whole year for free. And what do you have to do? Well, you have to listen daily this whole week to this podcast. And every day I'm going to give you a letter of the coupon code that you can give for free, and that gives you free access to this free access for a whole year. Well, so later on this show I will reveal the first letter, and then tomorrow I do the second, and on and on and all right. Well, WrestleMania week. Today on Monday, the first day, the 30th of March. Welcome to the show. We're having a real weird WrestleMania this year, and that is due to the coronavirus. And I understand in a way that WWE wants to move forward with this event. This is a milestone for them. This is the big event. Um, being that said, the problem now we're facing, we're going to see a show without the fans. And I think WrestleMania made it so big due to the fans, due to the WWE Universe, as it speak. They bring this extra stone. They bring this where the whole world unites at this show, and there should have been in Tampa Bay, Florida, but it's now moved to the Orlando in the performance center. And I'll get that later on that. There will be no fans, no fan uniting, no excitement, no the thrilling, no pops, nothing. It's pure wrestling want to see. That can also be a positive, but I'll come back to that later also because okay, I'll stick to it actually. The thing is, um, we go WrestleMania. What makes WrestleMania great? As I said, the audience, right? The big stadiums, the fireworks, the effects, the light show, the entrance. It all brings WrestleMania, and also that the fans come to United to see wrestling. And it's not only WrestleMania; it's not WWE. You see now also lately that the indie shows in the town where WrestleMania is being held doing also shows. So for a whole week, you can actually go and see daily live wrestling shows. It can be from the indie scene. Uh, TNA should have done a one night return of the TNA, has not Impact anymore, called TNA, but that I think that's an old habit. I'm sorry, I mean Impact, of course. They're doing should have done some sort of return show of TNA. That's all cancelled due to the coronavirus. I understand that, because we have to be real matter about one thing, and that's health. That comes first. The thing is, now we're going to get pure wrestling. So without audience, I hope the effects will be still great. I don't know if they're going to do pyros. Uh, then we may have to wait and see. I doubt it in such a little building, can be dangerous, but you never know. I'm not going to say yes or no on that. So, if you take the fans away, you leave with bone striped, pure wrestling matches. The thing is with WrestleMania, if you look at that actually past WrestleMania, quality of the matches not always been great. Um, and that's not because I want to be negative or down on WrestleMania. Um, I'll give you an example. Uh, was it WrestleMania 21 that we had Triple H against Batista? And that championship match, it was boring. It felt and download sleep, to sleep. Later on, we got an, cage match between the two better, and that match was way better, quality wise. Um, you know, if you look a lot of matches, and of course there have been great matches. I'm not denying that. Had a triangle ladder match for the tag team titles from WrestleMania 2000, or The Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 25. But also what we talk about, Andre the Giant versus Hulk Hogan from WrestleMania 3. But the moment there was one moment in that match that made that match great. That was Hulk Hogan slamming Andre the Giant. Let's be real. But if you look at the whole match, it's a stinker. It's crap. It's boring, to be quite honest. There's not much to it. Sorry, I say so. I know I'm sitting on WrestleMania now, and that's not to do, but let's be honest. So that we now all that, but it made great also that it was in such a big stadium. Everything around it built up, atmosphere with the celebrities, the show, everything. That made WrestleMania great. And now that is all stripped away. So we're getting more to be focused this WrestleMania on the wrestling. And if it's going to be such sleepers again, as sometimes we had in the past, this will turn out then to be the worst WrestleMania ever been. And WWE knows this. They will not do it. So what are they doing? What are they planning to do? They're going in more cinematic style, like the Fireflies Funhouse match. what I heard is been filmed in several locations and in a warehouse, and it's going to be like House of the. Can you remember that match between from Bray Wyatt? I think it was against Randy Orton or something. I can't remember exactly who it was. It was the horror house match. I think it's going to be a little bit like that, and we're going to get more matches like this. But it's not always that you have to be careful about this. This can be also a downfall, because are we really wanting this? Because we're turning a little bit back towards the 80s when it was all comic style release, superhuman beings, of normal average jobs, people building out to be some sort of superhero. And I think that we see the trend in pro wrestling today. It's more about realism. You know, we know it's pro wrestling is scripted, but sell it as make believe. Be more realistic. Uh, um, that the Undertaker kept his gimmick is because it's a legendary gimmick. But otherwise, if you would have introduced him today as the dead man with supernatural powers, he would never have succeeded. Just Brainful said. And those are more things. We sometimes still do like it. I mean, we love it when Bray Wyatt is coming out as the demon. But most Refocal Queens today are more the technical side of wrestling. And that's also good. I think that's positive. Hey, you see also that today on WWE side, we have actually the most talented roster there's ever been on technical wise. The problem with WWE is, and that I've been stating 10,000 times, just how they get booked. The matches are crappy. The creative side of WWE is failing miserably, and that's what I'm scared for this WrestleMania, because we know already, we are aware that WWE is failing creativity. We know that. So if they're going to do now all gimmick matches and in warehouses and everything, how do we know that this will be great? Let's call a spade a spade. But there's more going on, and that I actually wanted to talk about today, and that is because of Roman Reigns. Now, you may know I'm not a fan of Roman Reigns. I don't have anything personally against him. It is just that what Roman Reigns represents in WWE is actually where WWE fails on. The wrong booking of WWE. He's been pushed so many times, it's becoming unrealistic. And then when they have him finally on a big match, they're scared to pull the trigger. So you're pushing him every week down our throats that we're so tired of, but you don't want to put the title or the prop on him. I mean, you've seen that with Brock Lesnar. Now, what happened? And is that due to the coronavirus and due to his history of health, he is more in a state that he can get infected with the coronavirus. I understand that and I respect that he says, wait a second, I'm not going to compete. And a lot of what's going on, because that you also have to understand, is that a lot of people forget this, and I noticed that these so-called Roman fans don't say anything about that. They just let's think. But they don't start thinking a little bit. Use your mind a little bit. That's what I'm asking. And why is he also pulling out? It's not because only he's getting infected, but he has a small daughter, and in an age group where if she gets infected, because if Roman gets infected, his daughter is a major risk for her health. So when he gets infected, there's a very big chance his daughter gets infected. What can be fatal to her? Because what is going on? Where is Corona hitting? It's on the weak and elderly who are having severe medical issues and high up on their age, or to small children and toddlers. Those are the most hit and most dangerous age groups where can corona strike and can even be fatal. But a lot of Roman fans, what's going on social media? No, it's fake. He's going to be at WrestleMania. So what they're stating is they're thinking or not thinking. They think a title shot is more important than his family and his health. And it's going even further. Because what is it developed into? Because they start to realize, oh, well, we see so many media outlets that's pulled back. He's hospitalized. He has the coronavirus, or even worse, he is dead. Talking about fake news, huh? All what Roman did is pull him back so he won't get infected by the coronavirus. Because, let's be honest, the Miz has pulled out because there's a major rumor he is infected with the coronavirus. He is laying ill. And probably not near his children because he has even younger kids. But these so-called Roman fans, they don't think. They go even make the situation, with fake news, make it worse because they are the ones who are creating fake news. And if you ask them, they don't know crap about Roman Reigns from his background. Now, I'm not a fan of him, but I know more than them from his background. They don't even know he played American football, for example. And that pisses me off. And that is one of the reasons I'm so slowly getting tired of this. If you want to be a Roman Reigns fan, feel free to do so. Then I have nothing against it. But stay also a little bit more realistic and see what's going on in society. Or dig a little bit more in your favorite wrestler. Where does he come from? What is his family like? A normal fan knows this. I'll give you an example. I've always been a great admirer of The Undertaker. That's why I'm really to put up. I know he's from Texas. I know his name is Mark Calloway. And all these small details, I know what he also did before he became a wrestler. He was collecting money for loan sharks. These are small things not all people know. But if you're a fan, you want to know everything about your idol. These so-called Roman fans don't know crap about it. And to be quite honest, if you see how they talk about pro wrestling, they don't even know how pro wrestling works or how it functions. They don't know how booking is done and on about the unwritten rules in pro wrestling. They can only say one thing: Roman, Roman, Roman. If you ask them about technical things about booking, they go quiet. And that is a shame. For example, unwritten rule like that if you retire, you lose your retirement rights or something, just name a thing. And that hurts me a little bit because you see, in a way, due to these so called fans, the pro wrestling scene is actually being, yeah, taken down. And it's not only that because now that the coronavirus is hitting WrestleMania. In a way, I can live with that. Personally, I still think it should be postponed. That's a personal thought, as many pro wrestlers in WWE feel the same way about that matter. They also want to see pro wrestling of WrestleMania postponed, maybe to the summer, or combine it even with SummerSlam or something like that. That's it's not never really talked about, but you could do it in a major stadium and make one of the biggest SummerSlams ever been, combined with WrestleMania, with the fans. Because the fans there in the stadium, they make it. They make WrestleMania. And I'll be honest, am I looking forward and I hyped up for WrestleMania as I normally am? No, I'm not. And that's also what is going on social media. The so-called pro wrestling fans, aka Roman Reigns fans, they're taking the fun out of it. And they are the ones going around posting fake news. That's why I wanted to stay on today, and I think we also had wanted to sit down and talk about this matter. Um, how I feel that the pro wrestling world is is changing and not for the better. We need fans to love it, really love it for what pro wrestling is. So we can also bring in future generations for loving for what it is. That's expanding, and that is also good for the product. It's not only good for WWE, but also for the other promotions like AEW, Impact, uh, New Japan Pro Wrestling, uh, Ring of Honor, and you name it, and even the indie scene. That's important, and that's why we have to get the passion there was, like we had in the Attitude Area, um, um, Ruthless Aggression Area, even. I think the whole Hogan days, even. You know, that we have to get back, that passion, and that we fans we can only bring back. No. Anyway, people, I think I'll be tomorrow. We're going to focus more on WrestleMania. Um, for that matter. The letter of today is uppercase P. So the P from Peter. So write it down for your free code. And I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for listening. My name is JJ Abink. I'm reporting for JJA Sport Studio. You can find us also on Facebook, facebook.com/JJA Sport Studio. We're on Twitter at JJA Sport Studio, and also more other social networks. So take care, and I'll see you tomorrow. Okay? Or hear you tomorrow, whatever. Thank you for tuning in. Take care. Ciao.